So we're going on a cruise. We're going on a Carnival cruise. This was the Carnival Breeze. This was us driving up. And we left at 3:30. So this is us first taking off. And then the party started. Carnival does a little launch party or whatever. And so everyone was looking down at the deck where the party was happening. And we were passing other ships. So this was another Carnival ship. And we were playing some really intense music, some very bass heavy music, which was ready for everyone to party. And so you can't see it very well here, but the people on the other boats were all kind of cheering along and clapping. It was fun. I tried to get a close-up, but you can barely see anyone on the ship. But they were kind of dancing along because that was also a Carnival ship, so they kind of understood what was going on. And so that was fun. So that was a Carnival ship we passed. And then there was, I believe it's Princess was the next ship that we passed. And they were waving and clapping as well. Not nearly as fun as a Carnival, though.
Right now, I can't wait to introduce you to the most exciting people on board. It's time to meet our Dr. Seuss characters. Raise the roof for the cat in the hat.
Our ship was first, then the other Carnival ship was behind that, and then that last one, the Royal Caribbean, was last. And so this is the last look at the port as we took off. This was about 4 o'clock by the time we were away from the land and all. And you can see people were already jumping into the pool and laying out in the sun and having a good time. We got on the boat somewhere around, I think it was around 11 or 11:30. And I had a birthday cake in my room waiting for me, so that was cool. And then this is the first look actually out at sea. This was the day, what was this, day 2 out at sea. And that's a beautiful sunset. There was nothing more beautiful than the sunrises and sunsets on this ship. Well, on any ocean, most likely. And this was our balcony. So I did want to get a balcony, and we decided to do the extended balcony, which is really long. We were at the corner. We were in the back of the ship, the aft, and it was kind of on a corner, so we had lots of space on our balcony. And just the views were just awesome, and so I just wanted to share all the different views of the ship. And this was our first stop, Cozumel. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Lots of people got off the ship, and we were headed out to do an excursion. And we did purchase excursions through the ship because we figured that'd be easy. They wouldn't leave us. So on this first excursion in Cozumel, we swam with sharks and stingrays. So there's the stingray there. That's the boyfriend in the background there. But there's the stingray. And there's us snorkeling. And there were actual sharks in that pool. There's one of them. There's one of the sharks. Now, we couldn't touch them. They were afraid, so we didn't touch them. But we did get to touch the stingrays. And that was just awesome. And then on our way back, the guides on this trip were quite fun, dancing. And then we took a couple pictures going back into the port. And then next day was Progresso. I'm pointing this young lady out. She's the guard or whatever, and she had a huge gun strapped to her. And on this excursion, we rode horses, and I just want to point out how beautiful my horse is. Now, keep in mind, I used to be a horse trainer. So here's the horses I used to ride, and then here's the horse I get to ride now. There's a bit of a difference, but this horse that I'm riding, I'm pretty sure is a saddlebred. I'm sure it has to be, because there's no other way it's so pretty without being a saddlebred. So I just had to point it out, and we're going to watch minutes of us walking through what they call a jungle. I don't know how this is a jungle, but that's what they called it. So we're walking through the jungle on the horses. And they had that random looking donkey thing following along. It wasn't hooked on to anything. He was just trotting along, just following the group. And then the boyfriend got kind of lost back in the background back there. He's by himself. His horse was slow, very beginner friendly. And look at my horse. She thinks she's at a horse show. Look at her. She's beautiful. I was super excited to get this horse. There was one other horse that I wanted, but they gave him to some guy, so I wasn't going to fight over the horse. But I did love my horse. Her little head was up and her ears were forward, which is just a sign of fun to be had. And then we had lunch. So this was the lunch that the excursion provided. And then when we got back, our room attendant, Jason, who is the best ever, left this for us, a cute little frog. And then this day, I went to the spa and got my nails done. This would have been day 4, I guess. And so I got my nails done when we got back from the horseback riding. And that was the spa. It was a pretty cool little setting. It was at the front, very front of the ship. What you're looking out on the windows is the front of the ship. And then another gorgeous sunset. Well, this isn't a sunset. This is the actual moon. And then our last day at sea was I guess this must have been day 5. And we just had a good time. The boyfriend doesn't want to be in pictures, so I'm not going to do that to him. So I scratched out his face. But we had a lovely time. It was fabulous. I encourage everyone to go on a cruise at least once in your life if you're not afraid of water. And one last sunset and one last midnight black night on the boat. It was just fabulous. And I really liked being at the back of the boat. I really enjoyed that. I didn't know if it was going to move around too much or make too much noise, but it didn't. It was wonderful. And thank you so much for stopping by today. I sure hope you can give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. Remember to appreciate today, as tomorrow is never promised. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one.